Howdy there. Today we're supposed to get the Clue Scroll patch, at least I'm hoping we will. It's not out yet though this morning, so I am going to go do Shades of Morton. I need to get 200 and something sacred oil. How much do I already have? Maybe I already burned through. Yeah, I don't have any right now. I need 181 sacred oil. This is a bummer. Apparently they didn't get their discussion done for the Clue Scroll change for today. Everyone in the comments on the blog post for the system update here in like 7 minutes is losing their minds, like, why aren't the glue changes? I'm very, very patient and understanding of Jagex. Developers are people. Problems are difficult to solve. There's a lot of discussion that needs to happen, but I think the stress with this one is that if they had just not told us that there were going to be clue changes, then we wouldn't all be like not touching our clues. Because if the ultimate decision is we're not going to make a change, then it's like I'd like to know that so I can actually use the 100+ hard clue scrolls I've got in the bank here. Okay, I think I have 160 sacred oils. I'd like to leave a few magic logs in my bank just in case it comes up for some other reason, blue steps or something. Yeah, so I have 181 logs and 160 sacred oils. So we'll leave like 20 logs in the bank as backup. Let me go ahead and turn these all into pyre logs, and then I'm going to gear up to go kill 160 shades. Perfect timing. Made all my magic logs before the system update. I'll be back in a sec. Switching to melee for killing these. It's not that much slower than mage, and I need to level it up anyway. Okay, it took about an hour, but I have 160 magic pyre logs and 160 fire remains. Go ahead and burn all these. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start opening chests here. I guess the only thing that really matters isn't the total loot from the process, but just the number of amulets the damned I get. I was thinking about trying to find a way to loot log all of it, but I think it still is going to have the loot from the last time I did this. That's okay, we'll go ahead and just do it. I'll come back and report on final numbers. Alright, so final tally is 10 Amulets of the Damned, which I think is almost exactly at the drop rate. So I had 160 magic logs, and it's a 1 in 15. I'll take it. It's should last me a decent number of deaths if I go back to Abyssal Sire. I'm going to sit here and bank stand for a second while I think about what my next task is. I am almost certainly going to go back to Abyssal Sire and finish it there, but I might need to break that up a little bit since it's fairly high tension. Oh, one thing I do want to do, and I'll do this before I bank stand, I am going to go buy a crystal shield. Thought about this recently. The big problem that I'm having right now with the Sire is by being in mage gear, I just get shredded by those ads. I need to raise my range defense a little bit. And I can't switch out any of the helmet, chest, pants, or weapon slots because of I need the RM set bonus. But I can equip the Crystal Shield, which has a middling penalty to magic attack, and it's not going to be enough to keep me from having plus 60 minimum magic attack I need for Ice Barrage to always hit. So I'm going to quickly go and buy that. I have to double check who you buy it from. 750k, but I'll take it. Alright, trade Crystal Shield, 750k. 2,500 charges remaining. Because this thing has, like, task complete, equip a Crystal Shield. I think there's one for Crystal Halberd as well, but I Hard Western Provinces Diary. Guess let me look at it really quick, just out of curiosity. Chompy Bird Hat, yeah, no. Try to recoup some of that money here by making these 52 Earth Staves and then alking them. I guess, well, I have to go change spellbooks to alk, but I need to clear up some bank space, so... Yeah, and then I can get some money back from all of the alkables I just got from opening these chests. So I'll change my spellbook really quick. Alright, let's go do Abyssal Sire, this time with the Crystal Shield. Multiple Amulets of the Damned. Alright, Crystal Shield makes a huge difference, it turns out. That's cool. I was just about to... I was reaching over to come off mute to say, man, the Crystal Shield is awesome. Oh, I should have banked the Pharaoh Scepter. I'm probably going to have to pay some fees here. I was going to say, the Crystal Shield is awesome. It's like complete night and day. I'm never going to die. And because I was reaching over to come off mute, I didn't notice that a little poison pool had formed. Dragon Impling over here I'm going to try to catch. I might lose the 250 Law Runes drop, but who cares? Caught the Impling. Cool. We get 3 Dragon Stones. Two uncut rubies. What a drop. Not even noted. Yeah, I think the Crystal Shield's what I needed. I'm used to fighting this boss in like full Bandos on live with a really, really high range defense, so I didn't realize how badly you could get stacked out by the spawns. Now I know. Now I'm better prepared. The Crystal Shield gives me just enough time to finish the kill, or at least keep me from getting hit so many times in a row. I think that's the big problem. It's like, defense doesn't need to avoid all damage, but it needs to reduce the chance of you getting hit for max damage by like 10 enemies at the same time, right? So, we'll see how many kills I go without dying. What's my last death here? 23? Okay, so we're on 29 without dying so far. I have this boss down to a science on live with the melee setup. Do a thing where you, like, kill the respiratory systems, and then the instant the last one dies, you teleport to house, use the spec pool, and then use your house fairy ring to work back, and you have just enough time if you click. It's not quite tick perfect. You maybe have like 2 or 3 seconds to spare, but you can make it back to the boss before he despawns, and you'll have full spec to hit him twice with the BGS, the Dragon Warhammer, or whatever. Basically having no supplies run on the boss. It's just super slow without the recall crystal. I'm going to start running Sealskin too. It seems like that's easy to support. Get my defense just a teensy bit higher. Hey, there's our first Unsired drop. Right around expected KC. I think you get it at 1 in 33 on the leagues. Let's go dip it for a task and see what we're doing next. Alright, here we go. Moment of truth. Offer an Unsired at the Font of Consumption. Hey, got a piece of the bludgeon. 250 points. Nice. I'm trying to think if I'm going to want to stay here until I get the Abyssal Dagger too. I think that's also a task. I think I've made the last adjustment necessary to improve my survival rate. Before, I had made the mistake of, since I died so early on that attempt, I got specced out by the poison when I was trying to talk about how good the crystal shield was. Forgot, because of botness, I never remembered to pot up, so I didn't have the plus 21 Ceradomin Brew buff, and that seems to make a big enough difference. So far, I haven't gotten any close calls yet in this final phase here. Although it turns out it's remarkably difficult to talk and fight this boss at the same time, so let me shut up. Hey, there's another Unsired. Wonderful. Probably just sit on these, but I like cashing them in, so I'm gonna go cash it in and see what we get. Alright, 2 out of 3 on the bludgeon now. This is the point where I got really excited on live when I was farming for my bludgeon. I ended up getting 2 out of 3. I was like, okay, the very next Unsired drop could be a bludgeon now. If I end up finishing the bludgeon, I need to do some AFK training today, so I'll take that opportunity to go train on bandits or something. I've done this before, but I'm experimenting with putting RuneLight's health bar directly underneath my character. I do this in most MMOs, like in Final Fantasy XIV or WoW. Try to put all of the pertinent information as close to where my eyeballs are focused as possible. Probably move it for other bosses, but it's helpful here since I have to kind of look at my feet. You know, maybe I don't like that, since I can't consistently have it always underneath my feet, and it's not translucent enough. I think I'm going to move it again after this fight. Knock on wood, but I've, oh shit, I've been off mute. Hopefully the clicky-clacky of my mouse didn't trigger the fast forward to slow down. Anyway, I was just going to say that I'm over... So the last time I died was 23 KC. I'm currently at 48 KC. So I think I got this unlocked. Hey, is our third Unsired. Now, shouldn't get my hopes up, but it would be really cool if we got the bludgeon right out of this. If we do, I might take a break for a bit. I was on KC 63, so we're ahead of the drop rate by like 30 kills. Come on, big money. Give me a bludgeon. Probably gonna, well, I guess Abyssal Dagger would be nice too. The worst thing I could get would be a Abyssal Whip. I think that's the last piece, isn't it? Abyssal Head? I don't even know what that is, actually. Oh no, that's the worst thing, actually. That's unfortunate. Like, is that the pet? Nope. Womp womp. I'm gonna repeat my live luck there. Just make a red Slayer helmet. I guess I can mount it. I only need 2 mahogany planks instead of gold leaf. Maybe I'll mount it. I'm probably gonna make, if I make a colored Slayer helmet, it's gonna be the green one. It's fewer players have access to the desert. I think I'm about to lose my signal. I don't know if I got my teleport commanded in time. Oh, I totally did. I was just spam clicking it. Okay, I'm gonna chill here for a second so I don't die against the Abyssal Sire, because my internet signal is crapping the bed right now. My ping monitoring software says that I'm still in a really bad signal situation, so I'm gonna head over to a bank and see if there's anything productive I can do while I sit here. I might make Sandfuse serums, because I got all those super restore drops. No, I already lost my teleport point because I was spamming teleport earlier. That makes sense. I think that the issues I was having have passed. It's been about 7 minutes without problems, so I'm gonna head back. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to demonstrate this, but something that's kind of nice about doing this, the magic attack style, I assume that the other two attack styles are still a little bit more efficient against this boss. But something that's kind of nice is that the way that spellcasting works, your spells are kind of delayed from the moment you cast them, the moment the XP drop appears, before the damage is actually dealt, which is often annoying, and it's one of the main reasons why I haven't been able to beat the 35-minute mark on the fight caves, because I often do an extra cast on enemies. If I don't manually click off of them or pay attention to the XP drop to know how much damage I've done, I'll hit them after they're already dead, basically. So it's been a downside almost exclusively throughout the season so far. However, on this particular boss, a nice thing that can happen is that you can do enough damage to the Sire in order to force the phase transition, so you can get the Sire to 50% or lower health, but the phase transition happens and then you're still able to attack one more time. So we'll see if it happens here, but basically another cast will go off while the Sire is walking down and is normally untargetable. Okay, so here comes below 50%, and then there's another cast where there's no damage splat. Yeah, the damage splat is going to come up as the phase transition happens here. Let me make sure I don't fuck this up while I'm talking. You'll see a damage splat immediately once it's targetable. So it only did 3 damage that time, but it can be a pretty nice way. Basically, you want to get out of this phase where you're having to dash between these two tiles after every attack. You want to get to the phase where the Sire teleports you as quickly as possible. And by doing more damage during the phase transition, you make that a little more possible. And I'm fucking this up because I'm talking at the same time. I've had like 70 kills or something without any issues. Anyway, all of that just to say that there's at least one fight where the delayed damage is actually kind of a plus. Because if you hit like a 40 to bring the boss down below 50% health, and then you hit a second time for 40 while it's walking during the phase transition, you're already most of the way to getting him down to 25% health and having this final attack phase, which is a lot easier to deal with. I think a lot of my struggles early on here were just getting accustomed to... God, I really shouldn't talk while I'm in the hard part of this fight. The reason I died multiple times on my way to 23 kills and I haven't died any at all between 23 and 80 is because I really got muscle memory for this boss on the 4-tick attack speed, and the 3-tick attack speed is just different enough, especially with the delayed damage from spells, that it took me a while to build a new muscle memory, but I think we're there now, provided I don't keep talking during the kills, so I'll catch you around. It's really funny to me that I have tons of super restorers and brews, and all of my jugs of water are just going to come from this boss. This makes me inspired to do more Zulrah now, because I can use all those grapes to get cooking. Probably get cooking to 25 million at some point, but definitely get it to 99 at least. Finally got a coal drop. This is the one material drop I've really been hoping for. It took us 97 kills to get it. Oh, thank God, there's a pop-up. We're updating Clue Scrolls and Trailblazer tomorrow. So I have to wait an extra day, but... Hey, defeat the Abyssal Sire 100 times, 250 points. I'm going to stay here for the remaining 13 kills. I'm now at the drop rate for Unsired. I've had 3 and 99, well, 100 kills. So. Man, picking up that crystal shield was the best thing I could have done. It's been great so far. I didn't realize. I guess I've got a better intuition for how much plus 80 range defense actually is. I guess it helps me to feel less bad about taking Tyrannin. So I had chosen Tyrannin before we all realized that ice spells had 100% accuracy, so I was expecting to need to use the blowpipe in a lot of situations like this one against the vents. And I was like, yeah, I guess blowpipe's not actually necessary for the build that I've done. But Crystal Shield seems to make this a lot more tolerable, and I bet it makes the Inferno better too. Like, this is probably my best in-slot shield over the Brudu shield for any content where defense matters at all. Hey, 25 million hit points. That's cool. This is my last kill here. A little sad that I didn't end up getting the bludgeon. We definitely got enough Unsireds for it, but that third one ended up being an Abyssal Head. Paying for my luck on the live servers where I got exactly 3 Unsired and 3 bludgeon pieces. I mean, I guess I could drop on this kill, but I'm not holding my breath. I don't think I want to go crazy hard and trying to roll another Sire task, although we are pretty close to naming and Slayer, and it's an easy 250 points, so I'll probably keep doing tasks for a little bit after this. We will see. I'm going to see if I can make use of all of the supplies that dropped here. Coal for sure, jugs of water, that kind of thing. Alright, task complete. That also means that I went for 90 kills without dying, after dying like 5 times on the first 23 kills, so Crystal Shield MVP. Ended up using more than half of its charges, which is kind of unfortunate. Also, Thick Skin made a pretty big difference. Let me go see what the next Slayer task is, and we'll make a decision on what to do next after that. Go ahead and stuff and mount the Abyssal Head, because why not? 25 Hill Giants. That I am a big fan of that task. Big fan. Maybe we get that and then get Abyssal Demons again. Effectively be a back-to-back. Abyssal Head, here we go. 14k Slayer XP, 6,000 construction. Totally not worth it. Looks cool though. Okay, I'm gonna go bank stand for a sec and decide what I'm doing. Alright, I gotta go AFK for a little bit, so I'm gonna go train ranged on Desert Bandits. I'm gonna try to wait to train melee much further until I get that bludgeon drop, now that it seems like it's actually realistic. Hey, I'm back from my work. I think my plan here is to go ahead and finish 86 ranged, then I'll go do Hill Giants task, see what the next task is, and that'll probably take me to when I have to sign off to prep for stream. Tomorrow, though, no, for real this time, tomorrow we'll go hard on clue hunting. I'd like to try to fish for another Abyssal Demon task. I don't think I'm going to extend them, I don't think that's worth it. I'm hopeful that the next task will be enough to get the bludgeon at least. I should get another 3 Unsired or so. Come on, Abyssal Demons. Oh, 2 Dark Beasts. Alright, let's see what the next task is here. Karask. Probably end up doing that with a melee. I think it'll be better than Slayer Dart, even with the speed up. Probably my cue to wrap for today. So yeah, I think tomorrow, gonna go hard on clues. Might try to fight enemies that have a really high chance of dropping the elite clue scrolls. So that's Abyssal Demons or Dark Beasts. I'll look into some other stuff to do as well. I'd like to get another Sire task, because that should get me close enough to the level that I need here. Bludgeon, done. I can use that for melee training going forward. See you tomorrow. Bye.